Hippie city right there. Complete with dogs running loose. If I need to smoke some bud tonight, I'll look them up. Alright, I'm going up that way. Now folks, this is really hard to do with 30 pounds on your back. Oh, I love this. Look at that line of gentle waves rolling in down there. Right up the beach. There is nothing prettier than an arc of sand, a blue horizon, and a green forest. Maybe I should grab that, huh? Be my cat trowel from my cat hole. Now there's a little trail up to the base of the dune there. Looks like a campsite already there. Let's go check it out. Hey, look at that. Somebody's good silverware. Ground score. So shiny. Could be a signal mirror if I get lost. Or maybe a fire starter. Ants? Sand fleas? They're like literally coming out of the sand. Literally. The sun on the sand is warming them up. They're either hatching out or they've been sleeping in there. Oh, is that cool? I hope they don't bite. Looks like poppy seeds. Well, I deem this a worthy site. As long as the wind doesn't come up, because we're exposed, we're not protected. Tall, tall dune behind us here. Not going up there for firewood. But there is some already gathered here. I don't know if it's of any value or not. Could be green, could be punky. Looks like someone was here last night. Another ground score, tent stake. Nice spot right here under this tree. Pitch my tent. Well, I hate to jump at the first sight I see. There, who knows what's down the beach there I might be missing out on. And I have no rush really right now to set up my site. So what I'm going to do is just sit down here, have my lunch. It's got to be about noon. I'm going to have my lunch. We'll hike a mile down the beach and see if anything presents itself. And then if not, we'll head back this way. Oh, I've been hiking about an hour probably up in the woods and down here on the beach for the last 15 minutes. And I'm being a dummy. I took one drink of water back at the trailhead at the truck before I got underway, and I haven't touched it since. I need to hydrate here because it's hot. It's getting hot now. The sun's out. You see, I took my shirt off. I'm all sweaty here. I need to hydrate. I brought 3 of these 700 milliliter bottles, and I brought my Catadin water filter too, so I can go down to the lake and filter some water if I need to replenish before I leave. Man. Well, if I keep drinking like that, it's going to go fast. Here's the makeshift sit pad I brought. It's just a piece of closed cell foam, about 1/4 of an inch thick. I found at work. Real light. Can roll it up or fold it up in your pack. It's kind of soft on one side and slippery on the other. A little bit of cushion, but keeps your butt out of the dirt or the wet. And seriously, it's warm too. My butt's already heating up. I've been on this for like 5 seconds. Actually, it makes a good little place to set your food fixings out too. Let's see what we got here. Some tortillas, cheese stick, Timbits, some gorp. Ah, there it is. Tuna salad, ready to eat. That's lunch right there. Oh, them little sand flea gizmos are getting all over everything. As soon as I sit down here, yikes, they're everywhere. Try to do this without having to break out my utensils. Even though I got this nice, man, that's a piece of steel right there. Nice stainless steel serving spoon here. Tuna! Some cheesy goodness here. If I can ever get into it. Alright, enough screwing around. Patch tires with it too if it's in a pinch. Should have brought some hot sauce or something to put on there. Spice it up, even though it's pre-made tuna salad. Could always use a little something extra. Next time, while I'm sitting here and finishing my sandwich, I'm just looking around me. It's always good when you're hiking and you sit down and relax, and it's like, oh man, everything just feels so good. And you just feel so calm and peaceful, and you start looking around like, yeah man, I could live here. Or I could at least camp here for a night. Why go looking for another campsite? This is really nice. Man, you just can't beat the view. Holy cow. And there should be, I'm crossing my fingers, an awesome sunset tonight. But I'm thinking right now, It's 11 a.m. 11:15, something like that. It's still shady here. Sun's gonna come around here in about an hour, and it's gonna blast this campsite for the rest of the day. There's really no shade. There's no right. It goes right uphill. You can't relax up there. So I don't know. I might. The temptation is, hey, you found your site. Set your tent up and relax the rest of the day, but I'm in no hurry, and I got a good amount of time here yet before I need to find a site. So I'm going to walk up there that way, southward along the beach, see if I can come up with something just a little nicer. I could go hike right down along the strand there. There's this trail right behind the foredune here. This is in the shade, and it's probably going to give me a better view of what's available down here to camp. So I think I'm going to follow this inner trail here off the beach. I bet one thing a lot of people don't think about is what the Native Americans thought of this place they lived in. Whether it was a harsh and difficult place for them, or if they saw the beauty here just like us modern residents do. If they took it for granted. After all, this was their daily existence. There was nothing else. No cities, no commuting, no jobs. This was their life. So I tend to think, though they probably appreciated the beauty, they were constantly surrounded by it. Whereas this is such a contrast from what we're used to in the routines of our life. Job pressures, raising families, meeting deadlines, commuting. And that's what makes this so appealing to the soul. The absolute freedom that you feel when you're in a place like this, surrounded by such beauty. Imagine, too, the European explorers, the fur traders, the trappers, what they thought when they came upon this. I imagine they were quite taken with it. All right, try to walk on this sand here on the top of this dune, this foredune. That's not too bad. Look at that. Oh man, it's just alive. Holy cow. For lack of a better name, I'm going to call them sand fleas. Sure hope they don't bite. Not itching anywhere yet. Ah, here's another spot. Not so much shelter or shade though. Lots of driftwood here. Enjoy nature. Yeah, this ain't so great. And you can see up there, she's swinging around. Soon she'll be out there, and there'll be no shade to be had in here. Don't really feel like being sunburned today. I think it's a little of it's inevitable. And I'm a doof because I haven't put any sunscreen on yet. Basically, I hate that shit. Oops. Alright, approaching someone's camp. I'm going to steer clear. I'm starting to worry now if I go down here searching for a campsite and I'm going to go back and someone will have taken mine. The first one I saw there. Maybe I ought to just go back and set up. This dune top walking is getting to be a drag too. As soon as I start filming, he shuts up. There's one lone spring peeper. Hear him? Somewhere down in there. Some folks up in the woods right there too. On top of that second row of dunes. This is what I feared, that this place would be very, very busy, very populated, that I couldn't attain the solitude I was looking for here. Here's a blowout in the dune here. I figured, oh cool, there'll be something here. Tent back there already. There's a southern trailhead also for the Nordhouse Dunes, a southern trailhead. So there's a way in from the south too. So, you know, there's likely to be many people clustered in that general area just because they're not wanting to hike. I think where I had lunch there, that's kind of like centered between the two. Alright, it's too hard walking on the dune. I'm going down here to the lake. You see the waves. Now the wind is picking up a little bit. It's rippled up the surface of the lake. And there's a nice cool breeze blowing in. But it is sunny, bright. It's a good day to get a sunburn. All right. Volunteer trail seems to lead to an extensive blown out area. See if it presents any opportunities. Oh, smell the pine. Oh, so nice. All right, this looks like it has potential. Indeedy do. Well, I kind of like this spot. Nestled in the pines, evidence of previous campfires. It's obvious it hasn't been used in some time. Fairly level. Shade under that tree. Oh my. But everywhere you look, the woods have been pillaged Look at all the trees that have been hacked and hatcheted in here. There's not a stick of firewood to be had on the ground here. Not a stick. Oh, I think I'm going to go back to the other site. I like a campfire, even if it's only just a little fire. And I like the fact that that site is much closer to the lake than this one is. So I'm going to hightail it back there. Hopefully no one's grabbed that site while I've been away for like half an hour. So back with the pack and track back up the beach. My fingers crossed. I made it back. No one was set up here yet, so it's all mine. Got my gear hanging from the tree over there. Gonna set up my tent right here. This is appealing right here because it's flat, but it's also in a swale. So if it should rain, water would collect right there. I'm going to set up a little bit higher here. It's still relatively flat, and it's not down in that swale. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details. You guys know how to set up tents. Next time you see me, the tent will be set up. I'll be ready to relax. Right, tent's all set up. You can probably hear that roaring in the microphone there. The wind just picked up quite a bit. Got a pretty good breeze coming now out of the northwest. Feels really cool because it's coming across about 60, 70, 80 miles of open water there. Somewhere over the horizon there is Wisconsin, Manitowoc, Door County, Door Peninsula, Green Bay, someplace out there. Wow, look how calm the water is now. There's virtually no wind. So this just could be about the coolest or the weirdest thing you've ever seen on a beach. Can you see what that is? That's my can of beer for tonight. I had a little mesh bag that I meant to bring and I forgot. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell I can keep this beer cold and keep it from floating away. So I made a little prison for it, a little beer cooler cage. And I went along the beach and I found all this gay ribbon and tied it around there. That's all balloon ribbons from those blasted balloons that collect on the beach. Anyway, I'm hoping this doesn't wash out and I lose my beer. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on it. Feel like Robinson Crusoe here. I'm deserted on a desert island. I'm using all this makeshift stuff. I found this half a milk jug stuck in the sand. Somebody'd already cut the top off it. It's obvious they were using it for a water dipper, and that's what I've taken it for. That's some lake water there that I'm going to filter through my Katadyn filter. It's a good half gallon right there. Can you see those birds out there in the water? Some of them are gulls, but I think some of them are loons too. That's the closest those birds have come all afternoon. There's some people in a couple of kayaks out there that are sort of herding them around. Yeah, they look like loons to me now that I can see them a little bit better. That'd be so cool tomorrow morning to wake up to the loons calling. So I mentioned before that I hate sunscreen. I brought it along, but I have not put any on. I choose instead just to cover up. So I have my long sleeve hiking shirt on. You can see I got my boonie hat with the brim rolled out, and took the bandana, put it over my head under the hat so it hangs over my neck and ears. Styling. Well, I don't pretend to be a historian or know all the facts. I reckon it's been several hundred years, if not 1,000 years, since Native Americans roamed these shores, these waters. I'm just sitting here on this beautiful, beautiful afternoon thinking about a couple of Ojibwe Indians, or whatever they were, paddling along this shore in their canoe, coming on this stretch of beach, pulling their canoe out of the water up onto the beach, sitting down, pulling out some dried venison or some berries or something, and just sitting here and just taking it all in. I laid down, took a little nap on the sand, went for a little swim, got back in their canoe and paddled off to their camp for the night. It may have looked, in fact it probably did, much like this. Except for the folks strolling on the beach with their dog down there. I'm sure it looked just like this. Yeah, except for that and all the plastic junk that's washed up on the beach here. You won't believe the amount of garbage. I think I'm going to collect some and make a little pile of it tomorrow and just film it for the record. The random garbage that washes up on the shore here. Yeah, it's too bad. This is a place where you want to come for solitude. Springtime weekends aren't the time to do it. There have been innumerable people up and down this beach today. A giant hippie camp just over the dunes down there. There must be 10 tents and 20 people and 3 dogs, and yeah, it's a beautiful spot. That's why we're all here. Just spied my first freighter. He's way out there on the horizon. Just a dark line on the horizon. You'll never see him with this video. He's out there heading upbound. It's driving me crazy sitting here looking at that beer cooling in the water there. Oh man, I just want to run down there and uncap it and start drinking it. You know, it's weird. That freighter out there, I don't know if my mind is playing tricks on me or not. How far away is the horizon? He's right on the horizon. Anyway, I swear I can hear a motor droning, like droning and thrumming. I wonder if the sound is coming all the way that distance across that water to the beach here. There's a big old fish right here. Look at him. Can you see him there? See his tail coming up? Here he comes, right for us. Oh, he's a gnarly looking thing. Holy cow. There he goes. A few minutes ago I was kind of crabbing and complaining about the number of people that were here this weekend, and if this is the place where you want solitude, this was the wrong time to come. But that's kind of a selfish attitude, because those folks, they're here for the same reason, and they're probably looking at me and saying the same thing. Damn, look at all the people here. So, sitting here looking at the water and just being calmed. Look at how still and calm and beautiful that is right now. It's attitude adjustment time. Everything's cool, bro. Everything's cool. Chilling. My beer is chilling. I go up and fix my supper, and when it's ready I'll come down and free the beer from his cage.